scholars, it's Miss O'Leary, and it is November. I can't believe October went so fast, and that means we have a new calendar grid. This is our November calendar grid. So, yesterday was November 1st, and I'm going to circle that date, November 1st, 2020, and today is November 2nd, 2020. There's a few different ways to write the date, right? I'm going to write the date as 11 2 2020. Remember, the month goes first, this is the 11th month of the year. It's the second day, and it's 2020. That's the year. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you and tell you about our new cards that we have here. So every day we're going to flip the number to see a card. And what's cool about this is last month we learned about leaves, right? All the different types and pinnate and palmate. This month we are going to learn about clocks and telling time. So I'm going to flip November 1st over. Ah, there it is. That is our first analog clock. And what that means is it's a clock that has a circle and the numbers around and the hour hand and the minute hand. That is called a analog clock. Say it right now, analog. So that is an analog clock. And now I'm going to flip day 2, November 2nd, which is today. This is called a digital clock. A digital clock. That means you might have this in your room as an alarm clock, right? It has the numbers right on the screen. It has the hours first and then the minutes. So each day we're going to see a different type of clock. Then what we're going to do is we are going to go to our November calendar grid observations. Oh, I know we did such a good job with this last in October, and I know we're going to do the same. So yesterday was 11/1, so I'm going to type that in. Then it asks us what type of timepiece or clock do we have? So I remember on the first, on Sunday, we had a analog clock. Analog clock. So I'm going to type that in there. Then it asks us, what was the time? Ooh, that might be tricky. So I'm going to pull up a bigger version of the card for us to look at. All right, so now you can see our analog clock for the 1st of November. We have to write the time. When I see that both hands are together at the top, what number are both of those hands pointing to? That means it is 12 o'clock because the hour hand is pointing to the 12 and the minute hand is at 12, which means 0 minutes have passed in that hour. So it's 12 o'clock. So I wrote that time down. And for this part, we're not filling that out just yet. That'll come in a bit. So now we're going to go to November 2nd. So I'm going to type 11/2 because it's November 2nd in our date. Who remembers, think in your brain, what kind of clock is this? Think about it. Some people might call it an alarm clock, but the official name is a digital clock. So I'm going to type that in. Let's see if I can make this bigger. So digital clock. So now we have to figure out what the time is. Ooh, on a digital clock, that might be a little bit easier. What time do you see on our digital clock? I hope you said 12:30. So that means it's 12:30. That might mean it's lunchtime, 12:30. That also might mean it's really late at night, right? It's dark out and you're probably asleep. So our last thing is the last column in our observation grid is how much time has passed. So we're going to look at the time before, which was 12 o'clock, and we have to figure out how much time has passed on our digital clock. And I noticed that it's 30 minutes. That's how much time has passed. So I'm going to type in 30 minutes, and that is our calendar grid for today.